Hello. For today's tech tip, I'd like to demonstrate an important schematics design issue that can bypass a lot of designers. Glancing over the schematic quickly, we really can't see any apparent issues to the connectivity of the pins of our components, to the connectivity of the nets. Everything looks well connected. And when we recompile our project, we will see that there are warnings telling us that there's something fishy happening here, but really our project compiled successfully. There are no errors. And so I'm fully capable of pushing this into my PCB environment. I think it's needless to say that error reporting is an important step in the design of your schematic capture, and it needs to be set up properly. Here's the problem. A lot of designers will configure their error reporting tab and configure their violations and their report mode for the violations, but they'll completely ignore the connection matrix, which allows us to specify the types of pins and connections that we want to make, whether the compiler will report a no report, or a warning, or an error, or even a fatal error. As an example, would we want to connect an output port to another output port? Apparently not. This will give us an error. Another important column to configure is the unconnected column, as this will allow us to catch any unconnected pins. So let's mark a few of these, and we'll set them up as errors. And this time around, when we recompile our project, you'll see that we have several errors. The project does not compile successfully. We have an unconnected pin here, another one there, and when we zoom out, you'll see that a lot of our errors are clearly shown, underlined. And when we investigate this closely, you'll see the clarity of the situation. It seems like a lot of these pins and wires were actually not connected. Now you might be wondering, well, how does something like this even happen? Well, this occasionally happens after schematic and library imports from another tool. And this is normal. Some massaging is required after all. However, we should be able to catch it, because this could have been disastrous down the road. If I had a large project with a lot of components and I pushed my changes to the PCB document, as I will here, after positioning my components on my board, I might not notice that the pads are not connected to copper, especially if they rely on polygon connects. Right now you can see that some of my pads don't have nets associated with them, and that's a problem. So I really recommend that you edit that connection matrix in the project options, and you configure the unconnected columns and mark those boxes. That's all I had for my tech tip today. I hope you enjoyed it, and tune in next time. Thanks.